everybody. Welcome to the People's Church. This is Reverend Steve Anderson, pastor of the church. I'd like to ask everybody to silence your cell phones unless you're law enforcement or medical personnel. We have Reverend Phil Malone, Mike McCandless, symbolizing the unity of body, mind, and spirit to start the service. We're all here this morning, body, mind, and spirit. If you have need of a restroom facility, it's down the hall that way, quick right, quick left. Drinks in the cold drinks in the fridge, hot drinks in the back. Please don't sample the food too much until the end of the service. It is a potluck today, so there's plenty of food for everybody. So if you didn't bring anything, you're still welcome to stay and share in the food and fellowship afterwards. Please stand for the invocation and then stand for the first time. Dear Father God, we give thanks for this wonderful time of year. We give thanks for this place to gather with those of like mind. May we feel your love within us. May we be able to share that with those around us. And may we sense your presence in those around us also. May we feel harmony and hope and peace within all. Amen. Amen. Next part of the service is a thought for the day from the pastor. This is where I take something that's I've been involved in the past week and try to put it through a spiritual principle and bringing it into my life. I call it taking spiritual knowledge and making it spiritual wisdom. This past week been really one of responsibilities. And I had to think a lot about that on a number of different levels. People that came for counseling had questions about that. My son had a very difficult question about that, and I'm going through that. So it seems to be a very prevalent theme within life. And while we can't avoid responsibilities, most of the time when we take on a responsibility, it's to have a result at the end of it that's hopefully beneficial to ourselves. We don't just take on responsibilities because we like responsibilities. We take them on with the intention of arriving at a pleasurable place or have some sort of benefit, whether it's monetary, social. There's some benefit hoped for by fulfilling our part of the responsibility. One of the questions that came to me this past week was my son. He doesn't have custody of his child. He's working back towards it, and his mom has custody of it, my ex-wife, of his daughter. And it got to the point where she had had some very difficult situations happen to her, and she couldn't really take care of the child, and her current husband has zero child rearing skills. So my son says, well, if I go for that long, I'm going to lose my job. He had just gotten this job a couple of weeks ago. And he said, what do you think I should do? I said, well, Michael, what's the reason you have a job? He said, to make a better home for me and my daughter. I said, well, then your daughter is the focus of this, not your job. I said, you need to tell your employer the best you can, and if they don't understand, they just don't understand. And trust that God will carry you through this. The spirit realm cares about what goes on with you. You have to make the right decision. They're not going to make a decision for you. Someone else came to me and they said, in the counseling, and they said, you know, I'm kind of scared to take this next step. I've been working towards it, and it looks like it's going to happen. But I feel safe where I'm at, and I don't know if I should take this next step because it's a bit of a risk. I'm starting a new business, and a little worried about stepping outside and taking this risk. So it's a large financial commitment. And I told this individual, I said, well, You know, you put this energy out there. The spirit realm has put these opportunities in front of you. Now you're going to say you don't want to take them up on it? I said, life is a journey. Sometimes people worry too much about the end and not enjoy the journey. I said, you need to enjoy the journey while you're at it. That's the main focus of things. Just like the purpose of responsibilities is to have a benefit at the end of it. If the responsibility gets to be the whole focus, and there's so many responsibilities in your life that you can't get any benefit, you're not getting any benefit from it, then I suggest you reassess how you approach your responsibilities. The spirit realm, the infinite spirit, wants you to be happy. They want you to enjoy what you do. You take these things on and hope a result comes from it. If a result's not forthcoming, then you need to step away from it and do something else. I got a quote on the bottom of my emails that I send out at work, and I communicate with a lot of people every day because I'm a construction manager for a large utility corporation. I deal with the public and with internal people. And on the bottom of it, it says the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. That's Albert Einstein's quote. And that's very true. You can't hope that things are going to get better and keep doing the same thing. You have to follow that spiritual guidance. There's a little thing called co-development that spiritualists embrace. It's a way of approaching the spiritual development of your life. And basically for you as an individual embracing that, that means me and my counsel, me and my spirit, me and your spirit, how we interact, and the overall spirit of the whole world, how we're moving with that. That's what co-development is. Well, the other side of that coin is the spirit realm uses that same principle when working with you. Their inspiration, the people around you, and you. And they put it all together for you to sort out and make the right choice about. When I say right choice, I mean we know what the right choice is most of the time. And when we make the right choice, we just feel so relaxed about it, as did the lady that was trying to start the business, as did my son when he went up to take care of the child. The future's uncertain. It doesn't matter what you do, the future's going to be uncertain. But if you try to stay the same, then that's what's going to happen. You're going to stay the same and never change. I had a little bit of a challenge because I'm trying to retire next year, 2015. I've been working at this job for 23 years. It pays well. And everybody says, well, what's going to happen? Aren't you worried about financial things? I'm worried about financial stuff my whole life. It's never been any better than it is now. It's never been any worse. It's just going to be. So I finally decided to commit and start making movements towards retiring in December 2015. As soon as I did, as soon as people in the public that I work with, some of the contractors knew I was doing that, what do you want to do when you retire? Are you going to do nothing? I said, no, I'll probably work on an as-job basis. Well, I want to use you as a consultant when you retire. So I've already got 2 avenues that are going to guarantee me income, probably as much as I'm making now with half the time.
Yeah.
So once you make that commitment, that's what happens. And once that lady made the commitment in her business, she said, well, I'm going to go out and party. I was supposed to meet with her yesterday and do a counseling with her. And I told her this about a week ago. And she said, Spirit told me to go out and enjoy myself, and I did. And I ran into an old friend, and they offered to fund my business.
Wow.
So, we have all these plans, but most of the time the solution comes from an unknown, unseen source. Follow your guidance, follow your principles of spiritual beliefs, and you will be at the right time, at the right place. Thank you for listening. Something else I forgot to mention about spiritual guidance real quickly. When we started this church, it was me, Ronnie, Austin, his wife, my wife, and 2 of our kids sitting here. So, just a little trust and a little perseverance, and you see what's happened. All of you wonderful people have come. You've made the church what it is, and you just create the opportunity and just have trust. The next portion of the service is the healing portion. The portion of the the service by reading the prayer for spiritual healing right on the back here together. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God.
Get comfortable. Position to sit. Relax your body. Take in a few deep breaths. Hold and exhale. Do it a few times. Breathe in. Breathe out. With your exhale, let go of the thoughts that are on your mind. Let go of any discomfort you have in your body, any pain. With your exhale, just breathe it out. Bring your focus and your awareness to your breath. Engaging the mechanism of your breath. Just follow your breath. That is taking you within to a very peaceful and quiet presence within yourself. It feels very calm, quiet, and soothing. Connect with this peaceful presence. And while you breathe, repeat to yourself quietly, I am at peace within and with my surroundings. Feel the peaceful sensations flowing throughout your body. With each in-breath and exhale. Feel the motion of your peaceful breath. While you breathe, feel your consciousness rising. Rising higher with your breath. Higher to your head, and above your head. Connecting you with your higher self, with the I Am presence. As you connect, you experience a brilliant golden light. Breathe in and breathe out. This is the highest state of your consciousness. There are no thoughts, no interruptions. It is a pure state of being. Become one with this presence. As you become one, feel your awareness expanding and your perception shifting to the higher dimensions of the universe, connecting you with the universal consciousness, with the universal mind, the universal intelligence. With the infinite source of being. Connect with this heightened state of awareness that all things become possible. And in this quietness, you hear the voice of your I Am echoing. I am. I am. I am infinite. I am pure and perfect. I am manifestation of Christ consciousness, the universal consciousness. While I am in my physical body, I am capable of manifesting and materializing my thoughts, my intentions, for the highest good of all. I am. I am divine light. I am divine love. I am joy. I am happiness. I am all that I am. I am the beginning. I am the ending. I am Alpha. I am Omega. I am content with who I am, for I am all that I am. I am part of the holy design. I am guided by the true divine. I am whole. I am complete. I am all that I am. Feel the vibrations from your I am presence. Filling your consciousness. Feel the energies from your higher self penetrating throughout your body. Feel this energy empowering you, activating your highest potentials, the infinite possibilities that you are capable of achieving. Open yourselves up to this reality. And feel the infinite potentials that you have within. As you ask your I am presence to be in charge, see these infinite potentials into action as you interact with others. As you think, as you feel and perceive. Connect with your infinite self. Ask your I am to be in charge, to lead you, to guide you, and trust. Trust that all that is happening is for your own well-being and for your own highest good and the highest good of all. See these higher vibrations coming down to the crown of your head and spiraling down to your body, down to your knees, to your feet, and extending deep into the ground, and anchoring you to the earth. See yourself surrounded with brilliant golden light. The more light you project, the more light you attract. Stand tall in your divinity and be the light that you are. Wherever you are, whatever you do, be the light that you are. Slowly let go of the vision and come back to your physical senses. Become aware of your feet, your hands. Slowly come back to the here and now. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
You can tell an Anglican church because they clap on the beat, and you can tell a Pentecostal one because they clap off the beat.
So which were we doing? Both.
We're doing the spiritual.
That's a spiritualism.
Like their own.
You can't have fun while I do it. Next portion of the service is the inspirational lecture. Today we have Dr. James Thomas returning from his meditation journey. And he managed to catch fish while he was meditating, so I'm sure he'll share some about that. Dr. Thomas has founded a number of organizations, currently the IAM, which has a large membership in several states, where this church is a charter of the IAM organization. And personally, I've known Dr. Thomas for about 25 years. When I first met him, I had a full head of hair and it was brown, so that tells you how long ago it was. Please, without further ado, welcome Dr. James Thomas.
I'm on. Good morning.
Good morning.
So nice to see so many lovely faces. A lot of new ones too. It just seems like every week we're growing and growing and growing and growing, and it's wonderful. Today, usually I do not write a sermon. But today, for some strange reason, Spirit says you're going to talk about this, which I haven't talked about probably since California when I had my own church there. So, here goes. There is nothing you cannot do or have. Well, maybe there's a few little exceptions. I cannot force you to eat your broccoli, can I? I could with a few people. You know that change is possible, and that it does not come immediately. You entered into this body We went to school. We went to first grade. We had no expectations to learn. But then came along the second, third, and fourth grade. We had to learn different languages. Algebra and history of the war in 1812. Now, where did that get us? No place yet. That all happened in the first week. You began your education and you look back more than a decade and provided you with incredible positive changes. We've all had positive changes all the way through our lifetime. Then it happens, you get a little message from someplace up above in here, and especially the big message from your family. You need to get married before it's too late. How many had that happen to you? Tick-tack, tick-tack, the clock is ringing. You need to get there any way you can. Then you realize you're already there. And the tick-tack goes on. You have to come to the moment when you realize that if somebody offered you a change, a program that took years to accomplish, that you would not buy into it. Because really what we really wanted then was it now. We never want to wait until everything materializes. You listen to the media, it plays over and over that you can change yourself. In 30 seconds, right? These actions and actresses become pertinent. They become rich. They become famous. Smarter and sexier. And you buy into it. You want to have the end results. These fantasies only sit you up along the way to fail. You're not quickly rewarded. You end up actually feeling worse than you did before you started. You do finally realize in yourself that you have plenty of time. For your success. Takes a long time. Takes patience. It takes a lot of perseverance. Takes a lot of will. And finally the little thing up in your head goes off and says, I've got it. In the midst of all this, your fears, your intensities, you stop dead in your tracks when the little voice inside your head cares enough is already. And through all the crying and struggling to hold on to your sobs, you begin to subside. The sobs begin to break. And the tears, you let go of all the tears. You begin to look at the world through a different eye. And when we start looking at the world through our third eye and through the awakening, you stop wasting time. waiting for something to change. Your mother, your father won't always be there to hand you a check. The highway patrol guy doesn't appreciate it. Do you know who I am? Tick-tack, tick-tock, tick-tack. You awaken to the fact that he is not your Prince Charming. Or it's not Cinderella. And that in the real world, there aren't always the fairy tale endings that we were guaranteed when we were growing up. Happily ever after must begin within our own self. You awaken to the fact that we're not perfect. That not everyone will always love us, appreciate us, approve of who or what we are, and what we know. It's okay. That is their view and their opinion. And you learn the importance of loving, companionship. You learn to love yourself in this process and follow and find the confidence within your own self to go on. You learn that people don't always say what they mean or what they meant, and they not always be there for you, and that it's not always about you either. So you learn to stand on your own, take care of your own self, and in the process, a sense of safety and security is born within us. You stop judging and pointing fingers at other people. You begin to learn about everybody else's shortcomings and their human failures and the process and the sense. And you then become to have a piece of contentment within your own self. You begin to sift through the crap. And we have a lot of crap out there, don't we, in our energies. And you feed how you should behave, how you should look. How many of you have this here looking in the mirror and look at your weight? Think about that. What should we wear? Where should I shop? I like the thrift store myself. Where should I live? What should I do for a living? Who should I sleep with? That's a good one. Who should I marry? And what kind of a partner should I have? You learn to open yourself up to the new worlds of different points of view. You begin to realize who you are and what you are, and who you really and what you stand for. We learn to figure out what our true needs are, our values. We outgrow all the things that we should have thought about. You learn that it is truly in giving that we receive. And that there is a power and a glory in creating and contributing. You stop meaningful tasks and consume and look for your next thing to be fixed. You learn to participate in other people's things and things to help other people. We begin to learn everything. We learn how to do a new job. We learn the importance in our boundaries, and we learn to say no when it gets too difficult for us. When the things get to be such a burden that everybody is bombarding us, it's time that within our own selves that we realize that we have to say no. And it's one of the hardest things I've had to learn in my almost 80 years of existence. Then you learn how to love. Love your family, love yourself. How to keep this love going. And you learn that your body really is your temple. And you begin to care for it in a different respect. You begin to eat a balanced diet. Drink more water. Taking more time to exercise. You learn that fatigue diminishes the spirit and can create doubt and fear. So you take more time to rest. And just as food fuels the body, laughter fills our soul. And so you think more time to laugh and to play. You learn, for the most part in life, you get what you believe, and you believe what you deserve, and that much of life is truly a self-fulfilling prophecy. So, it's a whole game of life. And in the game of life, we're all an actor, an actress on the stage. And how you perceive it and what you go through, you cannot blame anybody but yourself. So all the hardships that you've had in the past, all the lacks and all the dislikes and that, it all is you. And you make it all up yourself. So don't be hard on yourselves. Live each moment of each day to the fullest. And with that I say God bless you and thank you.